Okay. What's going on, y'all? This is JJM2GSC coming back with a little bit different of a stream. We're going to check out PlayStation State of Play. Now, honestly, for the past couple years, I haven't been super excited for State of Play, but I'll tell you why in just a second. Let me just double check my audio, make sure everything's looking good in the way it ought to be and sounding the way it ought to be. Lord knows I've had so many damn audio issues and streaming issues, but I think that just kind of comes with the territory. Let's just let this ad get through here. Before I get started, hope everyone's having a good day. If you like this content, please consider hitting that follow button. If you really like this content, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. We will definitely make it worth your while, but it looks like we're booting up. So let's just check the audio before we get going. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. We will definitely make it worth your while, but it looks like we're booting up. So okay. All right. Yeah, sounds good to me. All right, cool. Yeah, like I was saying, if you like this content, consider hitting that follow button, consider hitting that subscribe button, do all the things, donate, buy some bits, do all the things. We just want some money. Just kidding, y'all. We're here for the community, and we love to game. As I was saying, the last couple State of Plays, I haven't been super excited for, mostly because there hasn't been a ton of games that have been announced recently that I'm just like, holy freaking crap, I can't wait for this. GTA 6 was obviously one of them, but we've seen trailers for it. We've heard news about it. And aside from the very little bit that we've seen, Rockstar has been keeping everything super hushed. So are they going to show anything on State of Play? Probably not. I'll be honest, I miss the days where there was just like one event, and it was PlayStation event, and then there was the Xbox event, and then the Nintendo event. But now there's like the PlayStation State of Play. There's the state of what was the other one? What was I can't even remember what it's called now. Let's see. Hold on. Whoops, hold on. Let's not start yet. What was it called? The State of Unreal. Why couldn't I think of that? State of Unreal. But yeah, there's like the State of Unreal. There's the State of Play. Certain studios are just now doing their own thing now. And there was probably some like internal drama that led to that, but it doesn't mean that I have to like it. I really hope that they show more. No keynotes, yeah, just quarterly events. Absolutely okay, Newman. Yeah, just quarterly events, which I think is kind of cool because like you get more content and more announcements more often. But like, who the fuck cares? Like, I just give me one annual awesome event that's centered around a game that everyone's into, not like, oh, here's Astrobot, a game that we already fucking knew about and like most people don't really care about. Granted, Astrobot I think is kind of a fun game, but it's not why people tune into these things. But yeah, Nintendo Treehouse, that sounds about right. And I think the Nintendo Switch 2 actually just dropped. And honestly, I haven't heard much about it besides a bunch of complaints. Anyways, that's a conversation for a different day, if I'm being totally honest. We're going to get this going. Looks like the first game is showing even on the tabs right here. Lumines Arise. Who knows? But we're going to see, this is JJM with 2GSC, Two Grown Scaredy Cats. We're going to get it going without further ado because I want to get through this, not rush it, but I want to get through this so then I can finally get, hopefully, to the final boss of Sekiro and be done with that game. Not that I want it to be over with or anything, but there's just other games that I want to play. It's a great game, but there's other games I want to play as well. So anyways, let's do this. And I will fast forward through a lot of the dialogue. Unless it's interesting. Because this is like an hour long. Today's Switch Tuesday? Yeah. They should have done it on a Tuesday. Let's Sony it up, hell yeah. Oh, hold on. Also, if you get an ad, let me know. If you're watching on Twitch, if you get an ad, let me know and I'll pause it. Your internet appears to be stable today. Well, Newman, it's written in the stars then. It's time to Sony it up. Because I think Xbox increased their price, right? and so did Nintendo. And as far as I know, Sony has not. So there's one kudos to them. Looks like they're starting with something that I give two shits about. You know, this seems cool and all, right? Like, it seems like it could be just like a guilty pleasure type of game. But if you're holding quarterly events and you've got games coming out like Ghosts of Tokai, I think that's what it's called, and you've got games like GTA 6, why the fuck would you demonstrate this? Like, seriously, this should just be a trailer. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. Sony upped their game prices to $69.99 from the standard $59. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I guess maybe that's why they're taking a back seat on the rest of them, because a lot of them are going up to almost $80 now. Like, I have trouble justifying $69.99 right now. It has to be a game that I am super excited for. Otherwise, I just wait for it to go on sale, which is something you can't say for Nintendo, because Nintendo has games that have been out for 10 fucking years and they're still full price. So, but yeah, no, that's a good call out. Okay, Newman. All right, let's see what these folks have to say.
Hello from Enhance. I'm Tetsuya Mizuguchi. ディレクターの石原隆です。ルミネスアライズのトレーラー楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。この秋、PlayStation 5、PSVR2 対応で発売予定です。ルミネスアライズはバラエティ豊かな曲と美しいビジュアルが没入感を高め、いつまでも遊びたくなるゲーム体験となっています。その世界はとても心地よく、プレイヤーを共感覚の世界へと導きます。まあよくある普通のパズルゲームってこと。
Yeah, typical puzzle game stuff. At least they take ownership of it.
テトリスエフェクトを一度遊んだことがある人はわかると思いますが、ルミネスアライズ。
I didn't like Tetris Effect. I didn't, and I'm a Tetris fan. Like, I loved Tetris. That was a guilty pleasure of mine. I played a lot of Tetris, and I got pretty damn good at it. And I was pretty excited and bought Tetris Effect, and I wasn't a fan. I was not a fan.
ありません。夏にシングルとマルチプレイの体験版を配信予定です。ぜひ皆さん手に取って遊んでみてください。Thank you.
NFS Orange, yeah. Yeah, NFS. I just recently did this about just shy of a week ago. And every stream since about now has had the worst internet issues ever. Like, I would be streaming and it just drops. So I went out and ordered some Ethernet cords and stretched them all across my house.
It isn't just a dream.
Thank you.
It's a promise. One we're turning into reality.
Ethernet's where it's at, man. It's where it's at. Unless you're lucky enough to have Google Fi, which our neighborhood, it doesn't have Google Fi. Ooh, at least you have a basement though. In Texas, we don't have basements. I wish we did though. We looked at moving up north at one point, and the houses we looked at, I was like, oh my god, it has a basement? What is this life?
Let's see about getting passed through to Earth.
But a bunch of horror movies convinced me that all basements are haunted. Okay, what's this? What's this?
There you are. All better.
Creepy looking. Intentional or not.
You patched me up.
Capcom.
I am DI-03. 3367. They are pragmatic.
Whoa, hang on a second. Don't you have a name or something? I'm good. Get behind me.
I think I can help.
Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Neutralize us?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way through. What the?
Bypassing first and second firewalls. Hooking control protocols.
What is this? I feel like I've seen something like this. No, I haven't. Pragmata?
Hey, D.I.
I said I am.
Powerline Ethernet adapters. I've never even heard of that. Interesting.
How about we call you Diana?
Diana?
So is she like an automaton? Oh, NFS Orange. Alright, buddy. Take it easy. Thanks for popping in. What did we just watch? Like, not to critique it, like, I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. Like, I legit don't know. It reminds me of a lot of games where you do have kind of a support buddy with you, but it's usually in the form of like a robot that just like sits on your shoulder or something. The fact that it's a child and a girl at that, like, it's very interesting. I have mixed feelings about that, but graphically it looks good. The storyline, it didn't show anything about the story, which is crazy because, like, I think a lot of these game announcements should at least give you an idea of what the game's going to be about. And I'm also kind of skeptical too, because when I'm playing story-driven games and I have to do a quest to where I have to protect, someone from getting hurt, like a babysitter quest, I guess. I hate those missions. Like, I hate it. Like you go do you, and I'll do me, and hopefully you don't die in the process. It's a robot child. Okay, that definitely helps. Okay, Newman, because I didn't want to be the one to say it, but I was like, I think the target market for this might be a little, how do you say, interesting. I'll just leave it at that. Definitely helps that it's a robot. Yeah, my first thought was, okay, if Dead Space, like if EA didn't like screw up Dead Space, that's what we would be getting. Minus the child and everything like that, but like graphically and everything like that, like, and it kind of makes me sad because Dead Space was such an amazing game. What is this? Romeo is a dead man? Okay.
Saturday, which means curry time.
Awesome, I love curry.
Speaking of curry, apparently the current president is actually a humane. What does that mean? It's okay, I'll get it.
Curry time.
This looks like an Adult Swim cartoon.
Romeo!
This 100% looks like an Adult Swim cartoon.
Romeo, listen up. You're gonna die in about 15 seconds.
Looks like something that comes on after Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Don't worry, I made this just in case. The Dead Gear life support system. Don't move, okay?
What the?
You're already half dead. From now on, you're half dead man.
Half dead man.
That's pretty lame. Dead man. From now on, you're dead man.
Yes. Yes, this is a guilty pleasure game, and I'm all for it. Ultra-violent science fiction.
Romeo is a dead man. Coming 2026.
Wow. Lots to unpack there. It looks like a giant, just like smorgasbord of random game styles. And I don't know how I feel about that, but if it's got a strong story, the gameplay looks fun. So definitely more to my speed. Like, yeah, for sure. Okay, Newman, for sure. All right, let's keep it going. We're chugging along.
Maybe.
Huh? That was Grandpa's voice. Are you like a spirit? I'm on your back. What?
皆さんこんにちは。グラスホッパーの役者の須田剛一です。いえいえ。皆さんトレーラーどうでした？グラスホッパーの久々の新作ロミオ・イザ・デッドマンです。いよいよ発表できました。このゲームはですね、主人公のロミオがロミオ・スターゲーザーという名前なんですけど、かっこいいでしょ。時空犯罪 FBI 捜査官として、凶悪なですね指名手配犯をさまざまな時空に飛んで
Interesting. Okay.
ブラッディなアクションゲームとなっています。そして今回はですね、剣だけじゃありません。銃も使えます。ストロングスタイルのアクションゲームとして、チーム一丸となって頑張って作ってます。そしてなんで、タイトルがですね、ロミオなのにデッドマンなのか、それは皆さんぜひ続報をお待ちください。プレイステーション30周年過ぎちゃいましたけどおめでとうございます。それでは引き続きステートオブプレイをお楽しみください。
That was definitely on my radar. It's a very interesting and unique approach. This is the new Silent Hill. I'll be honest. Yeah, Silent Hill. I figured it was. I'll be honest. As much as it pains me to say this, I think. Actually, no, it doesn't even pain me to say this. Indie has officially beaten AAA when it comes to survival horror. And it sucks because AAA has the budget. But they just don't know how to scare people like the indie developers do. I've been more scared playing Visage than I've been playing any other game in my entire life. And I played that with Silky Joe the entire time, couch co-op. Both of us were shaking in our boots and pissing our pants. That game was terrifying. I am very skeptical of any AAA game that comes out for survival horror. Because what do we have? We have Silent Hill, which is kind of a new... It's not a new franchise, but it's like a resurgence, if you will. And then there's Resident Evil. That's it. Alan Wake 2 was amazing. But that wasn't pure survival horror. Here we go. Let's keep going.
今は誰かと喋りたくて。私も後から行くね。うん。じゃあね。裏切り者。私の悪いおばあちゃんまでいないなんてこんなの絶対に変。誰もいないし気味の悪い怪物がうろつき回ってるし。いやヒラコ。
Remedy is one of those studios that I will blindly support no matter what. Why do they always have a pipe?
んな子はいいよね。何でも持ってる。そんなあんたがいなくなってくれるんだからせいせいする。一人は嫌だよ。寂しいよ。ずっと一緒だよって約束したよね。暗いのは嫌。一人ぼっちは嫌。
100% Newman, 100%. If Remedy said, hey guys, we're gonna drop a game that's gonna be $120, but we're not gonna tell you anything about it, I'd be, okay, here's my money. Here's my money. That reminds me a lot of that demo they came out with. Yeah, hardcore Japanese style supernatural horror. Yeah, which I think has a lot of potential. If done right, I think it has a ton of potential. Who's doing this? It's Konami, but do they have... Yeah, I guess it's Konami. I'll be honest, I'm very biased against Konami ever since what they did to Hideo Kojima. But they released Silent Hill: A Short Message. I was so excited for that. Because it's like the first playable Silent Hill content for, forever, right? I downloaded that damn game. We streamed it, Silky Joe and I. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was very tip of the nose. Mental health, suicide, things like that, which I get are very, very serious subjects. But, like, let the player use their thought process. Like, I don't need you to tell me what this game's about over and over and over and over again. Like, let us figure it out. Yeah, Neobard's Entertainment. I've never heard of them. What else have they done? What else has Neobard's done? Games, let's see. Oh, they have... Wait, did I see... I don't know why, but I thought I saw Metal Gear. I was like, there's no way in hell. Was there a games list? No, just tell me what games you've done. It's just gonna keep... Oh, here we go. Silent Hill, Dead Rising Remaster. Oh, they did Final Fantasy Rebirth. Mega Man. Silent Hill Reverse. Marvel's The Avengers. Yikes. Yikes. You might as well just take that one off. You might as well take that one off. I wouldn't be showcasing that. Oh, they did the remakes for Resident Evil 2 and 3. That's pretty solid. Resident Evil 3 remake was not good, but that's just because Nemesis was not the best of the Resident Evil games. They got a lot of... They did the Devil May Cry HD collection. Okay, so they've got a lot of big name games they developed. Alright, well, we'll see. We'll see, let's keep it going. Absolutely okay, Newman. Absolutely. Yes, Silent Hill's got a long ways to go before they earn my trust again. And it's just so sad because Silent Hills could have been so good. It had so much potential. Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro.
Again. The Church's orders are absolute. These human sacrifices must be stopped.
We will track the ethereal castle, break its gates,
Interesting.
and exterminate the creatures that dwell.
I do like a good platformer.
The Demon Lord himself will fall by our hand. This mission will test the limits of your courage. You will face horrors beyond your darkest imaginings. Beasts that defy reason. Creatures born of pure darkness.
Mountain Blossom!
This looks pretty fun. I'll be honest, Newman. This looks pretty fun. Mylon, this is the state of play. What game is this? Oh, Bloodstained. Dude, I was just about to say, this reminds me a lot of Bloodstained. Well, now you know why.
With me.
How you doing today, Mylon?
Tonight, we start our mission.
Yeah, I haven't watched the state of play yet, so I figured why not stream it. And then following this, I'm going to do the Sekiro, I think the final boss. Like, I just beat the Demon of Hatred like a week or two ago. It's been a while since I played it.
So you've come, trolls of the church, right into the palm of my hand.
The visuals of Shinjuku
Bandai Namco, okay.
are a hellscape I can't quite put into words.
I'm intrigued.
You've somehow been sent back in time 8 years. But the situation here is critical. I'm counting on you, Agent. Our ultimate mission is to uncover the causality between these anomalies.
It's probably a phase electron life form. Is that what you call us, Digimon? I'll always be
Yeah, it's
right.
Digimon, okay.
Who exactly are you working for? I remember you guys.
Who or what is that?
You really don't know anything about the digital world?
We have been enemies for years now, but this is the first time the Titans have launched an attack on this scale.
We now believe most of the anomalies we've been dealing with stem from Digimon.
It seems the upcoming battle is truly unavoidable.
The world on this end is running out of time.
If the gate is opened with the digital world in such a state, the human world will most certainly.
The World Tree has been attacked. It is just as the Great One, Plutomon said.
It can't protect anyone. We must protect the world from them. For this purpose and this purpose alone were you born.
If that thing opens, then we'll be swarmed by Digimon.
Attack!
Please, everyone, lend me your strength
Everything's riding on
to
you.
move forward into the future.
Let's fulfill our mission.
I do like how they're not really wasting any time. Like, they're just cranking out trailer after trailer after trailer. It's a pass for me. I never really got too much into Digimon.
Oh, Father.
So it's a remake, essentially.
Children of Ivalice, deliver us from our sins, that we might know salvation.
If you feel wrong, blame yourself.
These are the types of games that I played growing up. Is this Tactics? Is this Final Fantasy Tactics?
The powerful must rule.
Oh, my brother's gonna flip his freaking shit for this.
This vile charade has gone on long enough. It ends now.
It is Final Fantasy Tactics. Awesome, okay.
Do you remember when your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of grass?
September 30th. That's soon.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann, here to deliver news and release dates for games coming to PS5 later this year.
We hope you enjoyed that first look at Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles.
Yeah, my brother was obsessed with Final Fantasy Tactics.
Classic. The enhanced version, which features
There was a
graphics,
long time, like
fully voiced
months,
dialogue,
where
refined gameplay,
anytime I
and
was at the
much
house,
more, as
and
well
like
as the classic
we weren't at
version,
school or anything
which
like that. We
brings
were
the
very young, but like we weren't at
default
school.
of the 1997
Yeah, I
original
would just hear
on
Final
all
Fantasy
consoles.
Tactics, like in the background.
Final Fantasy Tactics:
Like, he
The Evil
loved
East
that
Chronicles
game.
launches on PS5 and PS4 September 30th, and will be available for pre-order later today.
This next game is something really special. When I
Is
first
it?
played it, I laughed so hard I almost barfed. Let's check it out.
But is there
This guy's a goon.
toilet?
Toilet?
Yeah, I just need to pee.
How badly?
Just normal. Bad.
Hey, just go behind this bush. I'll wait.
I can run away.
Pea shy.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want me watching.
You can watch.
What is this?
In baby steps, all you have to do is carefully place one foot in front of the other, which is easier said than done. Main character Nate requires some pretty
So it's like Death Stranding.
to make even the simplest progress. It's a captivating open-world experience filled with oddball characters.
Here we go. Oh no, he found it even without a map. The best toilet on the mountain.
Oh, good.
He looks like if Harry Potter and Hagrid had a
This one
baby.
out when it comes to PS5 on September 8th.
Again, why is this game being announced on State of Play?
Hirogami is a unique action-adventure title from Bandai Namco Studios Singapore. In this journey to save your origami home, you'll transform into paper shapes with distinct abilities, including a paper airplane, a nimble frog, a hardy armadillo, and a powerful ape. Master the art of folding when Hirogami arrives on PS5 later this summer. Sid, why don't you tee this next one up?
Okay, it'll be a fun one. Like, it'll be really funny.
Been with PlayStation from the very beginning, and its latest installment, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots, boasts its largest character roster ever. Compete in courses from 10 different regions around the world, each with weather effects and new nighttime variants. Pre-orders begin later today, and those who do will get Bandai Namco's iconic Pac-Man as an early unlockable character. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots drives onto PS5 September 5th.
Yeah, I think you're right, Newman. I think you're absolutely right.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is a challenging new entry in
Yep.
a long-running action
Yes,
franchise.
100%. Ragebound. Okay.
From the makers of the Blasphemous series, Ragebound
I'm buying this
stars dual
immediately.
protagonists from rival clans, forced to combine their souls and skills against a demon uprising. And longtime fans will really love the pulse-pounding soundtrack, featuring guest composers from the original series.
If you've never played a game called The Messenger and you like Ninja Gaiden, do yourself a favor and buy that game.
And PS4. From the game Bakers, Cairn is a survival climbing experience where you must carefully plan your ascent up a deadly mountain. Manage balance and stamina to discover secrets.
Hey! Hey, wait for me!
Encounter other climbers.
I'm Marco. Nice to meet you.
Is your name
And
Polo?
survive the harsh conditions of the climb.
Looks like it could be fun.
You can give it a try yourself with a demo that arrives later today.
Oh. Okay. You could check that out.
That's all from us, but there's still a lot of State of Play to come.
This next reveal comes from the game preservationist at Digital Eclipse. Nothing can prepare you for their next collection, arriving later this year.
We knew pretty early on that the game was fun to play, people were excited about it.
The most rewarding part of it is just seeing people react to it.
we knew that we were onto something.
What is this, like Streets of Rage?
It was such a shock to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
I'm gonna show my age here, but I remember, I was very young, but I remember when these games were coming out and people were losing their shit about how violent it is.
Part of a world that is much larger.
Is it just Mortal Kombat, or is it a bunch of fighting games? Looks like it's just Mortal Kombat.
To make the games.
I love that. That took me back, that soundbite.
Every part of that game is an expression of who we were and what we wanted to do.
Flawless victory.
Okay. Are we getting to the end? Oh no, not even close. Oh, interesting. That's actually kind of cool. If you're really into fighting games, that's cool. Metal Gear Solid. It's Metal Gear Solid. Yep.
No, he's close.
Snake Eater or Delta.
We've lost sight of the enemy. Find him. We're under fire. Enemy position unknown.
Loading like this, it's a revolution. All right, Commander.
Revolver Ocelot.
You won't get away from me. Time for you to taste some real pain. What's the matter? I'm over here.
That guy was so hard. I never completed this game, but a lot of people said it's the best in the franchise. So I'm excited for this remake. What? What is this? Was this in the original? Oh, okay, I see. Okay, Newman. Yeah. The Bane Attorney organizers.
Spirit stones. Shining stones imbued with humankind's never-ending dreams.
Okay, I didn't know that. I never played Substance.
Since time immemorial.
Or
This
Substance.
power has been the impetus for human wars.
Team Ninja. This sounds like Neo. It is Neo, I think.
Such an ominous atmosphere, and one thick with the presence.
Did they make a third one? Neo was a fun game. It was pretty damn hard too. Is this the remake? Neo 1 remake?
What makes a shogun? Here is my answer.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not Neo. It looks like it. It's the third one? They made a third one? Okay. I've only played the first one. And I bought the first one on accident because I played a demo for Nier Automata. Freaking loved it. Went to GameStop. And I had like a free game for whatever reason. And I couldn't remember the name of it. And I saw Neo. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I may have to play the second one. But yeah, I bought Neo thinking I was buying Nier, booted it up, and was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, screw it, let's play it. And I loved it. It was so much fun.
Tokugawa Takechiyo.
Early 26? Okay. Okay.
皆さんこんにちは。チーム忍者の安田です。戦国シニゲーシリーズの最新作「ニオ3」をついに発表させていただきました。今作のアクションはシリーズおなじみのサムライスタイルに加え、新たに忍者スタイルを追加、より多彩な戦闘を楽しめます。ステージもオープンフィールドとなり、探索や攻略の自由度や没入感が大幅にアップしています。本日よりプレイステーション5で体験版も配信いたしますので、
Interesting, they have a demo available now.
ご意見をいただければと思います。2026年の発売に向け、続報にもぜひご期待ください。
The city really is.
Are people still playing PSVR? Like, is that still a thing?
My whole world. I was raised in this city's shadow, free to take whatever I need to survive.
I bought the first PSVR, like when it first came out, because I was just super excited for the possibilities and the immersion. It just made me sick though.
Locked away, waiting to be found, waiting to be taken. But some treasures come with more trouble than others.
Yeah, it's too expensive. Oh, thief. Okay, it's too expensive, and like for me, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. You know what I'm saying?
Tidewalker, are you there yet? Cleo has uncovered a formula for a cure, but she's keeping it safe in her tower.
Hey, you got some hosen?
Marketland seems a bit tense today. I heard something happen with another Tidewalker. Damn it. It's gone. Someone beat us to it.
Oh, well there you go.
Ever since the Great Flood, Elland, my dear planet, has been dying. Plastemia has taken everything from us. But you Tidewalkers are all connected.
Hey, you! Stop right there!
And it's up to you now to use that power.
This is our new recruits! Please, help me. Get them!
Yeah, it's, you know, you're right, Newman, and I hate to say that the meta is the prime choice, I guess, for VR, but it is what it is. It's just the truth.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Doucet, the game director of Astrobot. It's a pleasure
Here
to
we
be here
go.
today to share more news.
It wouldn't be a PlayStation event without
It's
Astrobot.
been in the world of Astro. Astrobot launched last September to such encouraging feedback, even receiving a few orders we are truly grateful for. In October, we added 5 speedrun levels, followed by a Christmas special packed with festive surprises. And then earlier this year, the Vicious Void Galaxy made its appearance, adding
I heard it was a fun game.
challenging levels.
Silky Joe loved Astrobot.
No additional cost. And
He streamed
today,
it for a little bit.
I am pleased to announce that later this month, you will be able to enjoy 5 brand new challenge levels in Astrobot, bringing the total to a whopping 90 planets.
It just kind of reminds me of like this generation's version of Sackboy, whatever it was called.
But these ones are a surprise. And finally, the Astrobot DualSense wireless controller will
Game of the Year Astrobot. True. You're right. My bad.
For more news coming soon. From all of us at Team Asobi, thank you all for the amazing reception you gave our game, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Where's all the glazing for Ubisoft? Are we gonna see an Ubisoft announce? They crank out a game every 3 months. They lose millions and crank out a new one. Little Big Planet. Yeah, you're right. That's what it is.
Memories go, memories stay. We're chasing the sound of the waves. It always sways, it always strays. Standing on the beach all day. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep, 100%. That's Newman. That's exactly what Silky Joe said. In fact, before he bought Astrobot, like we had been talking pretty in depth about how games these days seem to kind of take themselves too serious. Like everything's hyper realistic, and which there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's what next gen consoles are meant to do, right? But like, what about games that are just fun for the sake of being fun? Like they don't have to have like the most hyper realistic graphics. They're just fun, and that's exactly what Astrobot was, and that's why he bought it. And he said it like checks all the boxes. Dude, I was thinking Sea of Thieves as well. In fact, it's Sea of Remnants. That reminds me of like there's like the Rice Krispies at HEB or the grocery store, but then there's the off-brand crispy rice. It's basically the same thing. We're pretty far into the PlayStation 5's life cycle at this point. I mean, it's got a lot of life in it, but I remember seeing, I think it was State of Play, and one of the first, like the very first one they did post-launch of PS5, and I think there was Returnal. And I remember looking at that game thinking, oh my god, once the PS5 has been out for a couple more years, can you imagine what games are going to look like? Boy, was I wrong. Because there's this. Like, what is this? I mean, it looks fun, don't get me wrong. But I guess the games that are going to really take advantage of the hardware are going to have their own announcements, like GTA 6 and things like that. Yep. 100%. That's probably the best way to put it, Newman.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Zitani. That was a new look at Sword of the Sea, a visually striking adventure from the team behind Abzu and Pathless. We're excited to announce that Sword of the Sea will launch this summer into the PlayStation Plus game catalog. On June 17th, Remedy brings otherworldly action to game catalog with FBC.
This is going to be fun.
In this cooperative FPS set in the paranatural world of Control, you and two fellow agents must confront and contain the reality-warping chaos found within the oldest house.
Control was such a fun game, too.
Fun in short bursts or deep dives, FBC
Granted, this is absolutely nothing like Control at all, but it's going to be fun.
The PlayStation Plus Classics catalog welcomes several new titles this summer. The PS2 version of legendary immersive sim Deus Ex arrives June 17th.
Dude, PlayStation Premium is not worth it.
In July, Twisted Metal 3 and Twisted Metal 4 join the service just in time for the second season premiere of Twisted Metal, which arrives July 31st in select countries.
It was a good show, though.
In the US.
I liked the show. I'll be honest. I did.
Additionally,
I liked it a lot.
Capcom's most beloved games from the original PlayStation are set to join the Classics lineup. Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 will arrive later this summer in the Classics catalog. Additionally, Myst and Riven will arrive later this month as part of the Days of Play celebration, running now through June 11th. Days of Play is a 2-week event that includes bonus PlayStation Plus content drops, great deals on software and hardware, and more. Visit PlayStation Blog and PlayStation.com for full details.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them
Okay.
fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always.
I heard something about
With
this.
authority, same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way.
They hated, yeah.
Did in Iceland.
Ali Aman, how you doing?
Iceland was insubordination. It was ill
The most noteworthy thing till now? Yikes. More Astrobot content.
I think you just covered them all. Green.
I don't know.
It's really quite simple.
They're gonna save the most noteworthy thing until the end.
Without a target. Let's give him one.
Who was that? Who was that actor?
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
Johnny Marquez. No, I'm doing Sekiro next.
He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
I keep putting off Sekiro because I think I'm basically at the end. And I know that it's gonna be hard as hell. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. As soon as this is over, I'm doing it.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is...
Yeah, 007.
Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
You know, here's the thing with this game. If they do it right, it'll be a fun game.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
I should do a death counter for the final boss of Sekiro. I may crash my computer counting that high though.
Tell me, what do you do, James? Lately?
Oh, it's about the Hitman team. Okay, interesting. Okay. That looks pretty interesting, I'll be honest. Like, that looks pretty interesting. Oh, that'd be terrifying.
This is another teachable moment.
$2026.
Hello, I'm Hakan Abrak, CEO of Iron Interactive. The team is thrilled to announce 007 First Flight. You'll experience James Bond as a young air crewman in the Royal Navy. Before the tuxedo and the martinis,
Getting close to the end. About 10 or so minutes left. About 13 minutes.
Status. Everyone at Iron Interactive has poured their passion and dedication into crafting an experience that honors the legacy of Bond, harnessing our 25 years of agent expertise. This is just the beginning of our journey with 007, and we can't wait to share more with you soon.
There it is. Goes to Yokai. There it is. This game got so much flack because it's a female lead. And you know what I say? I don't give a shit. As long as the game isn't like, look at me, I'm a woman, blah blah blah, look how awesome I am, which I don't think it will be, then I don't care. Like, look at Ciri in The Witcher 4. I don't give two shits if that's a woman. Because she's an integral part of the story, and she's a freaking badass. If the dog dies in this game, I'm uninstalling it. We do. We have the technology. As demonstrated in Stellar Blade. That's it? You're not gonna show anything?
君のことは親友だと思っているが、やるしかないようだな。ビブラニウムのシールドだけでは私のアーマーには勝てないぞ。よし、本気でやるぞ。
Okay. Just in time for the gamepad. What is this, Marvel vs. Capcom? Yeah, this is gonna be fun, Newman. Storm? Okay. I used to think Storm was so hot. Am I into Nintendo Switch 2? I was, Johnny, until I saw the reveal. And I was like, it's basically Nintendo Switch 1. With $80 games. I mean, yeah, there's newer tech, right? Like, there's newer things like party chat and things like that, but I'm just like, if I have a Switch 1, I have no reason to upgrade. If I didn't have the Switch 1, then maybe I would be. Oh, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Like that, it looks like a fun fighting game. Ooh, well, they picked the right team for it then, because Guilty Gear was awesome. What did I hear? Lots of things. I heard that the... Hold on a second, what is this? Is this a game, or... No, okay. I was like, these are some insane graphics.
なんのこっちゃと思って、予定合わせて行ったんですけど、ちょっと飲んでる中で、実はアクの方でマーベルの格闘ゲームを作ってみないかというような提案をいただきまして。いや本当に聞いたときはびっくりしましたね。
Dev Diary, yeah.
世界的に本当に有名な IP ですし、
How are they gonna talk about this? Well, they're gonna talk about this for a while.
まず本当にうちの会社で大丈夫かなという不安もあり。
This is what they're ending with? I mean, it looks cool, don't get me wrong, but like, this is the game they chose to end their event with?
The inspiration for working on this project really came from a place of pure fandom and wanting to say, why isn't
I don't really think I care too much about this.
So
I'll be
PlayStation
honest.
approached us with this
I mean,
vision to
the game looks great, right? But
level
like, just the
back
Dev Diary, I don't really
fighting genre.
care too much about it. Okay, this is.
You're still with me?
Oh shit, I thought they were about to actually show a new trailer for Ghost of Yokai.
It seems the upcoming battle is truly unavoidable.
Yeah, Ollie, not really a ton to really report on this. Like, I didn't leave this event thinking, oh my god, y'all, can you believe fill in the blank? Anything else? Teaser trailer, anything? Damn, Ghost of Yokai is... I said Yokai earlier, but Ghost of Yokai is coming out later this year. Johnny, just for you, buddy. Yeah, 100% Newman. 100%. Skip that.
As its name suggests, Nintendo Switch 2 isn't looking to tear up the rulebook as Nintendo consoles have so often been known to do, with the focus this time being on providing an iterative evolutions upgrade, rather than a full-on reinvention. Even so, the upcoming next-gen console is changing things up from its predecessor, in a number of ways with its hardware upgrades, new user features, pricing policies, and more.
Yeah, so basically it's like a improved controller, which is essentially the same controller.
We're going to be pitting the Switch 2
like different ways it connects to the main screen. Higher priced games. The screen's a little bit higher quality.
Brings several upgrades. For starters, the Switch 2 screen is larger than the base Switch.
Alright, Newman, thanks for tuning in, brother. I'll see you later.
Going from 6.2 inches to 7.9 inches. Meanwhile, where the Switch 1 screen outputs at 720p at most, the Switch 2 will be capable of 1080p output.
I didn't really care about that because, for the most part, when I play my Switch, it's on the dock, and it's hooked up to my big screen TV.
Magnetic Joy-Cons.
Like for me, the Switch is more about like party games that I play with my family and friends.
Slot back in over the last several years, but Nintendo is changing things up with the Switch 2. Unlike the Switch 1's Joy-Cons, which would slide into and out of rails on either side of the tablet, the Switch to the trigger, with Nintendo providing assurances that the magnetic controllers won't just separate and fall off by themselves.
They say that.
Mouse functionality. Here's
I don't like
another
this.
Major change you can
I'll tell you why.
with the Joy-Con 2 controllers, and one that leaks had actually talked about for a while. The new controllers feature sensors on either side, which will allow you to simply turn either Joy-Con sideways and use it like a mouse on a flat surface. The Switch 1 boasted 3 different playstyles.
The reason why I don't like that is because I know for a fact, because Nintendo has done this so many times, they're going to release games that force you to use that. And I don't want to use my controller as a mouse. I want to use it as a controller. Right, I just don't. So that's why I don't like this.
In handheld mode, console mode, and tabletop mode, allowing you to seamlessly.
And honestly, just the games look exactly the
Switch 2
same.
is adding mouse mode to that list. C button and game chat. Another major, according to Nintendo at least, new feature being introduced.
That shade. A new feature, at least according to Nintendo.
The Switch 2 is the new C button, which is tied to the new game chat feature. Pressing the button will bring up the game chat menu, which will let you voice chat or video chat if you have the requisite accessory with other players while playing your own game. Sadly,
So,
game chat
Discord.
will be available exclusively to NSO subscribers past its open access period, which runs until March of next year. More Joy-Con changes. Nintendo has improved the Switch 2's Joy-Cons in other areas as well. One of the most common criticisms for the original controller continues to be the tiny size of the SL and SR buttons.
Or,
which
just
Nintendo
all
has
of the
directly
buttons.
addressed by expanding their dimensions a tad. The Switch 2's analog sticks are also larger, while the company has also offered assurances that stick drift issues, a major problem
Yeah,
with the Switch
like that's
1, will
like
be
I don't want
less
to
of a
use that.
concern with the new console.
Like it's cool, it's unique, I guess, but like
controller changes.
if I'm laying in
As
bed
expected,
or
the Switch
you
2
know
will also
riding
have its
on a
own
bus or in a
Pro
car or in
controller
an
for
airplane
players
or
to purchase
whatever,
as an
like I
accessory.
don't want to have to
It
use a
too
mouse.
will come with several changes. The aforementioned C button will of course be featured in addition to an audio jack, something that is glaringly missing in the otherwise excellent Switch Pro controller. Additionally, the Switch 2's Pro controller will also feature new GL and GR buttons on the grip that you'll be able to program and assign to whatever input. Something that is completely impossible on the Switch. Supports ray tracing and DLSS.
It's an upgrade, I guess.
That the Switch 2 will use Nvidia's DLSS is something that rumors have
Did that
been
game just
for
glitch?
several years, going back far enough that they were initially tied to the fabled and non-existent Switch Pro. This is
Yeah.
now officially confirmed, in case you were.
Yeah, I agree, Johnny. I agree. Like for the price point, like it's not worth it. Like they haven't released anything that screams like, yes, finally. Like dude, if they would just freaking drop a Zelda game that doesn't look like a cartoon, I'd be like, that's it. Here's my money. Here's my money. Like I will take this. Like give me Zelda that looks like Elden Ring, bro. I would be all about it, and so many other people would too. But every damn game looks like a cartoon. And I get it. They're markets for like family friendly, crap like that. But guys, we need some innovation. And not just like change the controller every now and then. Yeah, dude, for sure. Great minds, man. Great minds.
Wondering how the Switch 2 is 4K capable after all, given that its specs would put it below even the Xbox Series S in terms of pure raw numbers. Meanwhile,
Fail.
in addition to
That's a fail.
DLSS, the Switch 2 will also feature ray tracing support. 3D audio. We've spoken plenty about the many visual enhancements that we can look forward to with the Switch 2, but its upgrades don't end there. On the audio side of things, on top of louder and higher quality speakers, the Switch 2 also touts support for 3D audio in both.
Okay, here's some more hardware specs.
But its successor will tout as much as 256 gigabytes, though Switch 2 titles are, of course, going to weigh more than Switch 1 games. The console storage will also be expandable, but regular microSD cards will no longer be supported.
Ooh,
with
took a page out of
microSD
Apple's book.
cards instead being required. Battery. Given the more powerful hardware of the Switch 2, it comes as no surprise that the console's battery life is taking a hit. Where the Switch 1 can last anywhere between 4 and 10 hours on a full charge, depending on your usage, according to Nintendo, the Switch 2's battery life will range between 2 to 6.5 hours.
That's
In terms of
garbage.
charging time, however, Nintendo estimates 3 hours for a full charge, which is about the same as the Switch 1. Dock. Similar to the tablet itself, the Switch 2's dock will also be different from the Switch 1's. At 4.5 inches tall, 7.9 inches wide, and 2 inches thick, it's somewhat larger than the Switch 1's dock, which is 4.1 inches tall, 6.8 inches wide, and 2.12 inches thick. Unlike the original base dock, the new one will also have an Ethernet port for those who wish to directly plug in a LAN cable.
Oh, so they're gonna have something that every other console.
Online.
since the PS2
Fans have been hoping to see
has had.
GameCube titles being added to NSO's library for a while now, and that's finally set to start happening June 5th.
Like I said, dude, if I
For the Switch 2,
didn't already
Switch
have a
One's Nintendo
Switch,
Switch Online
then I'd
Plus
be interested,
expansion pack
but
subscription
I
includes
see
games for the
zero
3DS,
reason whatsoever to
SNES,
upgrade.
N64, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. On the Switch 2, on top of all that, subscribers will also get GameCube games with The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX set to be there day one. And more, including Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and many others arriving later. Pricing changes.
There it is.
This is the big one, and unfortunately not for the right reasons. The original Switch launched in the US at a price of $299, but the Switch 2 is bringing about a steep increase.
$500, bro. $500 for a handheld? Dude, just buy a Steam Deck and play better games with better battery life and better specs.
At least in the US. Hey, did you know that we had gaming belts?
Anyways. Johnny, yeah, right. Hopefully that highlights kind of the major complaints of Nintendo Switch. And honestly, like, dude, if anyone who's watching this does buy the Switch 2, if that's their jam, then great. There's nothing wrong with that. More power to you. Like I'm not hating on people who play the Nintendo games or Switch. Like there is a certain sense of nostalgia for like Mario Kart, for Super Mario World, for Zelda, Donkey Kong, like all those games. But holy freaking crap, they are milking those franchises for all that it's worth. And I'm just like, I don't really care. Like, I have Mario Party, I have Mario Kart, and I have Zelda. That's all I have. And that's all I want. Like, I'm good. Like, I if I was to buy another Switch game, I might get Luigi's Mansion. Just because I've always thought that game looked like it would be fun. But guess what? I can play that on Switch 1. And when I am getting drunk with my wife and we want to play Mario Party, guess what? We can already play it. And we have done that before, and it's super fun. But anyways, let's play some Sekiro. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. If you want to, Johnny, if you want to catch me on Sekiro, stay tuned for about 3 to 5 minutes while I get it set up and switched, because right now I'm running through my PC. So let me just switch and stream through the capture card on my PS5. But yeah. It's time for some Sekiro, time for some suffering. Guys, if you like this content, consider hitting that follow button. We're on Kick, actually. Believe it or not, we're on Kick, which I think is getting a resurgence because now Asmongold's on Kick, which was pretty interesting, but I mean, not in a bad way. But yeah, we stream on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. So, and it's all the same handle, 2 Grown Scaredy Cats. All right, I'll see y'all in a bit. Peace.